It's so good to know that the Christ meets us right where we are, because help is here, meeting us where we are. Hi, if you don't know, I'm Lisa Taylor, and I help people get the clarity, confidence, and consistency to lean on God and have God help us with everything in our life. When we put God at the center, everything is better. So when we look in the Bible and we see like the stories of healing, and I'm really interested to look at how different healings take different paths. Yesterday we talked a little bit about like riding that spiritual bike, even if you have to ride it with training wheels. It's like the Christ meets us where we are. God meets us where we are. So the Christ is communicating to our human consciousness and bringing that influence of good that brings healing. Well, we're not all in the same place in thought. So sometimes thought is in a very different place. I'm thinking of the healing where Elisha, where Naaman, the ruler, comes as a leper, and he comes to Elisha's door with his chariots and his entourage, and he comes to the door. And Elisha, recognizing where thought is, not in a very humble place, Elisha sends a messenger to the door and says, and Naaman's like incensed, going, "Well, I thought you'd come and like strike your hand over the leper and make it clean." And no, the messenger says, "No, go wash in the pool 7 times." And no, that's not that one. That's like go wash in the River Jordan, right? Go wash in the River Jordan. And when he does, and he's obedient and he's humble and he's obedient, he goes and washes and he's clean. And then you look at the one where Jesus is the blind man who's been blind from his birth, and they ask him, "Who did sin, this man or his parents, and that he was born blind?" He says, "Neither hath this man sinned nor his parents that he was born blind." But that the works of God should be made manifest. It's like, let's get out of this sense of looking at the material cause of things, and let's lift thought to, wait a second, God is in control, and all we're doing here is seeing God manifest, that God is in control, that God's never lost control. There's never been a moment when God like went, "Oops, I'm out of control." Like, no, God's still in control. So it's like, where is thought? Are we thinking of it? Are we thinking of healing in terms of matter fixing matter? Or are we yielding to the control of mind, God, that God is controlling every effect of, mind and body? Right. So in that case, Jesus makes clay of the spittle and puts it on the eyes and then says, "Go wash in the pool of Siloam." So it's like wherever the person is, wherever the individual thought is, the Christ is going to meet where thought is and lift it to that higher place of recognizing God gets to be glorified here. So wherever we are in thought, we get to yield to the influence of the Christ, the influence of divine mind, God, on consciousness, so that our thought is more reflective of divine mind, where God is in control. So we're reflecting, we're demonstrating God's dominion. It's like when we express and reflect God's control, we have dominion over all the things. So I just really love that idea of each individual is met where the individual is, and the Christ is whatever training wheels we need. It's like going on yesterday's video. Whatever training wheels we need to ride the bike, we get to have those training wheels, and we get to not feel guilty about it. We get to be in grace around that. Like, that is the grace of God. It's like we're met where we are, and we get to be lifted out of wherever we are, no matter how low it seems, no matter where you make your bed. Even if you make your bed in hell, God is there, and God's going to meet us there and lift us higher. So don't ever fear that you're too far gone or that your problem is too big for God. Like, there is no such thing, because the Christ is always available to meet us where we are, and that we are loved no matter what seems to be going on and all the problems and all the stuff. No matter what that is, God's going to meet us right here and lift us to the realization that, oh, I didn't sin. Neither did this man nor his parents sin that he was born blind, but that the works of God should be made manifest. So we get to demonstrate that. And if you haven't, this actually came in morning, we were talking about it in Morning Metaphys, but also, and then in community, there's another little thing I do called This Choice Matters Community. So it's a group of people who really want to dive deeper into this spiritual law, known as God, the law of good, the law of God. It's known as Christian Science or scientific Christianity. It's like the science that Jesus demonstrated, the laws that Jesus demonstrated, the law of God that Jesus demonstrated, and all the healings and all the things, all the dominion he had, all the authority he demonstrated. It's like we get to understand that law and live by the same law and have the freedom. Jesus said, greater works than these shall you do. So the comforter is here. Like we get to understand this and demonstrate it and walk forward. So anyway, sign up for Morning Metaphys free trial, getfreesupport.com. Go to lisataylorcs.com and, look at the free trial, join Morning Metaphys, join the community, like join us, friends, join us, because it's really fun. And we love talking about this, and I love working for God. And there's nothing else I'd rather do. It's just express God and be the expression of God. So let me know where you're watching from. Let me know if you are helped by this and share it. Definitely subscribe to this channel so you know when I'm going live. And I'm also on Facebook and TikTok and different places. So it's always This Choice Matters. You can kind of find me there. I think on TikTok I'm still Lisa Taylor, but maybe that'll change at some point. But you can find me and be in touch. You can always reach out to me through my website or just be in touch through this and or DM me or whatever. All right. Lots of love. See you next time. It's really nice to have you here. So let me know what you're thinking.